Show me love, make a change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love. Show me light, show me love. Make a change. Time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got. Show me light, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love. This is all we got. Show me love, show me love.
Hello, hello, my beautiful people. Oh, why am I so tiny? There I am. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening from wherever you're joining us. Welcome, Inspirational Beauty with Lulu-Lee, Season 2. Yay! Okay, so after the recap, if you were here last week, we did a recap of the first season. And I decided, all right, since we did a recap, let's just start a whole new season. And this season, on the second season, it's going to be the same vibes, all about the inspiration, the beauty, the journey, inner and outer wisdom. But I will put more focus on wellness. That's what the main objective is, for us to get into that mindset of more wellness in our lives. And wellness is many different things, as far as nutrition and sleep and mental wellness, emotional wellness, all different things. So like I said, we're going to stay on the same vibes, but we're going to do more focus on the wellness part. So if you're here with me, you already know, I want to hear from you. Drop in the chat that you're here, let me know. Good morning, where where you from. um the live chat is already live. Halo is here with me. Thank you so much for being here. Good afternoon from Israel. Hey, good morning from Brooklyn, New York. So in general, like I said last season, we spoke about how to release trauma and how to get into the mindset and how to live from our soul and be more mindful, and all of these things that will allow us to create a more well-being, complete well-being living, right? So with wellness, it's kind of more of tools actually, rather than anything else. I would say I would focus more. It's knowledge, of course, but I would want to give you a little bit more tools. There's going to be segments about food and cooking, and I'll bring you into my kitchen. It's going to be fun. In the meantime, listen, first of all, I always like to know your thoughts in the chat, but please share the broadcast. Click on that little share button. If there's anybody that can enjoy or need or will benefit or will find value in a conversation about wellness, let them know we're here. Especially today, I have a beautiful guest, incredible woman. She is a breast cancer survivor, and she's going to talk to us about her road to wellness, right? That's the name of the episode, The Road to Wellness. And trust me when I tell you, the road is not short, it's long and it's full, but it's beautiful and it's worthy, because the version of us that becomes through this journey, I would never say at the end of the journey, because the journey doesn't have an end until we perish. When we say bye to the physical, that's when it ends. So we're always on a journey. But throughout this journey, we truly become such a better version of ourselves, just getting to know ourselves more and feeling better, body, mind, and soul. You know how I love to give you some quotes, right? And funny enough, I realized when I watched the rerun of last week's show, that I didn't even give one quote, and I had like 7 of them ready. That's what happens when I get full on immersed in the experience of live TV. Okay, so this is a great, I think, um, quote about wellness. Health is a state of the body, and wellness is a state of being. Absolutely. Couldn't agree more. Let me see who's here. Let me see who's here. Wellness is awesome. Thank you so much. I agree indeed. Good morning from the Garden State. Hello, hello. Good morning to you too, sir. Good to see you here. Always love to see you here. Mr. Michael Baker. Good morning, Tal. Oh, you're back in New York. I love to see you, to know you're close. Thank you for being here. So yeah, wellness is a state of being. Like I said, there's so many things about wellness. I'm gonna start you guys off easy. We're gonna talk about hydration before I bring my guest and speak about her road to wellness. And I just want to touch a little bit about hydration and the importance of hydration on the inner and the outer. So we're going to also have an outer beauty segment and in our your skincare segment, where we're going to talk about hydration on the outer beauty. What does it mean? What kind of products? Hyaluronic acid, different things that you may have heard, you might not heard of them, or if you want to use and you know how you want to upgrade the hydration and the way your skin looks like, this is the segment for you. Men, women, we don't, there's no differentiation. Everybody's welcome, and it's important to all of us. But on the inner, let's start with, the simplest thing: water, aqua, H2O. Uh, the Let me tell you something. When I started drinking water, first thing when I woke up, my life changed, and I'm not joking, and I'm not exaggerating. My life changed. Anything from the digestive system, right? So water helps with that too. It helps with the digestive system. It helps with controlling the body temperature. Because when you don't drink enough, you start feeling the fatigue, you start feeling the heat, you get overheated, short breath, all those things. So water is really important, the intake of water. It also helps with balancing and controlling the glycemic, uh, balancing the the sugar in the blood, right? That's really good if you're diabetic or prone diabetes. So the more water you drink, the better that works. It also helps with blood pressure. It helps with releasing and cleansing toxins from your body. So aside of the fact that it helps on the inner, it helps on the outer too, because when we release toxins from the body, the skin is much clearer, because there is not, the toxin, basically what they do, they can create the acne, they can create the skin conditions. So when we actually let go of a lot of toxin and flush a lot of toxins, it really helps with our outer beauty too. Water and hydration helps with anything from urinary tract infections to we said about the blood. Let me see. I'm gonna take a look in all of my notes to make sure. Migraines, of course, I know that. Oh my God, if I drink a lot of water a day, like a lot. That's all I drink. So I can tell you, when I miss about 20 minutes, if I didn't take a sip of water, I start feeling the headache. It's unbelievable how much, once you get used to drinking water, how it can affect you when you don't drink the water. So hydrate, hydrate, hydrate. On the outer beauty, it's anything from, the radiance, the glow, the suppleness. It helps with the elasticity of the skin, because the more water you'll drink, the better skin regeneration cell you'll have. So when that happens, automatically it affects the outer. Like I said, so the glow, the radiance, skin tone, it will even out the skin tone. It will help with the breakouts. It will help with the texture of your skin. If you start drinking water on a regular, you'll start hearing people, wow, what'd you do? What'd you do? You glowing, you're glowing. That's what happened to me when I started bringing water intake more. Hello, hello, beautiful. Thank you for being here. Yes, let's go. Let people know. Listen, I need you to hit those hearts too, because that will pick up our algorithm and that will let people know that we're here, because that's all we're trying to do. Share some love, share some knowledge, share some inspirational beauty. Um, so let them know we're here. Here are a few tips about small things that you can do in order to improve your wellness. Let's do that. Smile, right? This is all small things that you can do that are good for your health. So smile a lot, listen to music, use herbs. I always love using herbs. We had an episode in here, living with and healing with herbalism. I highly recommend it. Help someone. The beauty of life is in giving. So be there for someone. Kindness is everything. Move around, take small breaks. Can wait. There I am. Take small breaks, spend time in nature, spend time in nature. And I'm going to say it again, spend time in nature. Perfection of creation, that's God. If you're near water, if you're on sand, if you're on grass, if you're, I don't know, just be in nature. It will change your mind, body, soul, spirit, everything. I truly cannot stress enough how important being in nature can help when we are working on our health and our wellness. And do something fun, because as you can see, kids' wellnesses is amazing because they just do what they want to do and they're always having fun. So those are a few things just to kind of start you on the road to wellness. I might do a little challenge in the upcoming weeks that we're going to take upon ourselves, that you are welcome to be part of. I would love for you to be part of it. Maybe something about a food challenge. I don't know. I'm still working on it. I'm building as I go. That's always what I do. And if you want to share your wellness journey, please do so. I would love, love, love to hear from you. Anything that you want to tell me about your, you drink water, you work out, anything that you feel like is wellness, or you've been through something that was harsh in life, or something hard that kind of put you on a different path and introduced you to wellness. I was introduced to wellness for many different ways, but more than half of them, I would say, were the hard way, right? And I'm going to share more in the future too. And then the conversation with my guest, of course, is going to be about that as well. So tell us about your wellness journey. I would love to hear from you. Let me see. Halo says, amen to that. Water is so important to the skin. Absolutely. Truly changed my skin and changed my life. So we are know that we need to hydrate. We know that it will help us on the inner body. We know it will help us on the outer body. We got a few little tips on how to start our road to wellness. And once after I'll have my guest here, I will share a little bit, like I said, more about the segment of hydration. But right now, before I bring my guest, this is where we are, my people. Waves of Wellness, Season 2, Inspirational Beauty with Lulu-Lee. I don't know about you, but I'm hyped. I'm excited. All right. So, Tracie Randolph, this woman, let me tell you, she's a mom, she's a life coach, she's a health coach, she's a personal trainer, she's a TV show host. I was actually a guest on her show a year ago, a little over a year ago. Yeah, last summer. It's called The Whole Living Show. We can relate. She's a breast cancer survivor, and she got to wellness through there. The way she sees cancer is very similar to her personal experience with cancer is very similar to mine, so we're going to have a conversation about that. And she has a new event media company. She's doing so many great things. Her goal is to bring wellness and, to introduce it and make busy women, right, leaders, establish kind of a way of living that is healthy and that can work with their hectic lifestyle, because so many times we use excuses that we can't do it because we don't have time. That's what you got Tracie for. So without further ado, let me bring Tracie to the stage. Hello, gorgeous. Oh, we're in
Hello.
circles.
I like the circles.
You like them? I can
Yeah,
keep us in a circle if you want.
looks good.
Wait, we have circles, we have these squares, we have so many different options. You just let me know what you want. I got you.
I love it. Whatever you
Welcome
feel
to
like
the
doing.
show. Thank you for being here. I'm so excited to have you in general and as the first guest for my second season and this whole wellness journey we're taking on the road to wellness. So thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me. I am honored. I love everything that you do and talk about. And yeah, I'm
Thank
here.
you.
I'm loving your show too. And I love the whole setup too, Lulu. It looks amazing.
Thank you so much. Thank you. I appreciate you for saying that. I'm working hard at it, so I appreciate it. So like I introduced you in a few words about everything that you do, and that you are a cancer survivor, and the road to wellness for you started from that place.
Yeah.
So why don't you share a little bit about really your journey and your road to wellness, and we'll take it from there. I always enjoy the conversation with you.
All right. So I'm going to start with just saying this. I was praying for a break. So I am a former corporate America, leader, right? Woman leader. And I kept saying, God, I need a break. I need a break. I need a break. And that was way too often, right? So I
Mm.
got the break, and my break came in the form of breast cancer. It was one of the best things that ever happened to be honest. And people think I'm crazy when I say that sometimes, but it
Thank
really was because I got the break that I needed. But it also led me to a more intentional life. It led me to wellness. It led me to do things that I probably never would have done had I not gotten breast cancer. So
you.
that's really my story in a nutshell. It was me saying, God, I need a break, and he gave it to me. And it made me realize too, like some of the things that I was doing in my life that were creating issues in my body, right?
Mm.
And that's how breast cancer formed. This is me saying this, right? Because they don't really know exactly how it happens, right? It's a combination of things, but I think my combination wasn't really good.
Right. Right.
Right? I was stressed out. I was a single mom. I was working in corporate America. I was working way too many hours, not getting enough sleep, not eating properly, a lot of stress on me. And I just didn't really, I was just moving in what I thought was normal.
Yes.
And it wasn't really, right? So
Right.
it really made me stop and take a look at everything that I was doing in my life that wasn't serving me well.
Mm.
And I didn't even really know what the word wellness meant before all of this happened, right? So this became a brand new journey, brand new education, knowledge, um,
Beautiful.
and I'm
And
so
obviously,
amazed by it.
brand new now titles,
Yeah,
a health coach, a life coach. I love it.
exactly.
Listen, it's amazing that you say that people think you're crazy when you say it about cancer, because it's the same with me. When I found out I had breast cancer, I hung up the phone from the doctor, and the first words were thank you. The second words were, God damn, I manifested my fucking breast.
Yeah,
Like, what's that? But that's when you stop
yeah,
and you kind of want to understand like how this all happened.
yeah,
And it is really like when you get into the understanding of life is happening for you and not to you. There's nothing against us. It's all to
yeah,
get us closer to who we are, get us closer to God, get us, the Most High. However, people see life.
yeah,
When we're centered and in our center, we can hear our purpose. We can hear our soul speak to us. We can hear our mind. We can hear God. We can hear whatever we need to hear in order to live a better life and a better version of ourselves in this life that is presented to us. We
yeah,
don't have to succumb to the 9 to 5 stress constantly. Like, there is more to life. And
yeah,
we have to choose to see it. Because 20 years before that, when my mom passed away from cancer, I was hashtagging everywhere for cancer.
Yeah.
I hated cancer. It took my mom away from me.
Yeah.
And then 20 years later, on this insane life journey, you kind of you get to a point where you say, thank you. You're the best thing that ever happened to me. That woke me up into being me.
Yeah.
So I really appreciate you saying that. You don't find many people who see it that way, unfortunately. But hopefully, with people like me and you that share our stories and share our journey and share some tools and different ways to see that journey, we can help encourage women who go through this, breast cancer in specifically, and I think cancer or any kind of disease in general, to know that there is a different way. Oh,
Yeah.
Chris
Absolutely.
here, and she said, and spend time watching Lulu-Lee as, thank you. It's part of wellness,
Yeah.
what to do for the wellness. So watching me too. I love you. Thank you so much. I want to see what Halo says. I truly believe all illnesses come from within.
Yeah.
Mind and body connection are inseparable.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Absolutely.
I
Absolutely.
agree.
I
So,
was watching a
yeah.
video one day online because there's so much information out there, but there was a doctor saying that cancer is a warning sign.
Mm,
It's telling you that something is happening in your body and in your being too, right?
right.
That's just not right. That you need to get in balance. And I said that's an interesting way to look at it. When you think about it that way, then you'll know that I can make changes in my life to turn things
Yes.
around.
Yes.
Yeah.
And like Halo said too about the mind body connection, I
Hmm.
live that wholeheartedly.
Yeah.
So for me, it was really getting into, I live by every body part symbolize something different. Every chakra has its own energy center that works on something. So the breast means something, the chakra that it sits on means something. What
Hmm.
side is it on would mean something. So I
Hmm.
dove that way into breast cancer to try to understand, what is it sitting on,
Yeah.
what unhealed trauma manifested that, right? Because
Yeah.
it's always about the trauma and it's always about the healing journey. So
Yeah.
take me into kind of
I,
like the first. Go ahead.
I wanted to comment on what you said
Yeah,
because
please.
I wasn't really into like the energy and really recognizing my body and all of that before cancer. Now,
Yeah.
very much so, right?
Yeah.
But I met a woman before I found out that I had cancer. I met a woman who came up to me and said, "You're struggling. Um, you have a struggle with a male, and it's
Mm,
on your right side." This is what she told
mm,
me. I never met this woman before in my life. She came up to me in a parking lot at a shopping mall. And
mm.
this is what she told me. And then I found out probably, maybe 6 months later that I had breast cancer and it was on my right side. So, if you don't believe it's real, I'm just saying I'm bearing
Yeah.
witness to. I
Yes.
didn't, I didn't know about it until then,
Yeah.
and I
And for me also, mine also was on the right side.
yeah,
And the journey I went through with the men in my life and understanding, because, and also the right side is the father side and the left side is the mother side. So
yeah,
my daddy issues came in hand because the chakra of the, where the breast sitting is the heart chakra, it's the
hmm,
family chakra. That's like what it sits on. It breasts is all about nurturing.
nurturing,
So it was part of that. So I had to understand like the men in my life that I'm nurturing, that I'm not nurturing me back, all these blockages that you have that you really can. And on top of that, from what I know and the researches and the things that I listen to, cancer in general,
yeah, hmm,
cancer cells are resentment.
yes,
That's what it says. It's
yeah.
unresolved resentment. So that was like, all right, what men am I resenting him? Let me start a list real quick.
I
Oh
love that.
God. But that's really kind of where things started. So let me see. Joanne is here.
Okay.
Hello, beautiful. I don't know why, but I don't see so much of the Facebook comments. So if you're here and I didn't see it, I apologize. Please let me know that you're here. Write more comments. Uh, the the comment section is wiling. It did it to me last week as well. It's just all. Can you see it? Can you see
I,
what's going on,
I can
Trace?
see it on my side. Yeah.
Yeah. So in my side, it's flickering, but a stranger can change your life. Absolutely, I
Yeah.
believe so too.
Yeah.
Let me see if I can remove the comment. Okay, great. If you have a story that with a stranger, Joanne, you're more than welcome to tell us. I can see that you wrote more comments, but I can't reach them right now, so I'm going to let go of the chat real quick because there's more comments, but I can't get to them. All right, so Tracie,
Yeah.
tell me kind of like what were the first steps that you started bringing into your life and that you can recommend to others? Because I know you work with a lot of people as a health coach and a life coach. So, what will be the first thing that you would recommend someone to start doing? Obviously, I talked about hydration, which is to me like number one. It
Yeah.
helps with so many different things, and it's an easy thing to do. Just start drinking more water. Just have water discipline. Like you don't have to go crazy. Just start drinking more water.
Yeah,
Uh,
I keep one by me every day. Every day, there's always a big bottle of water. Yeah.
So what else would you recommend to people to start their road to wellness?
First thing is change your energy. Get grounded in something. I started morning rituals where
Mm,
I'm like you. I'm very much faith based. I believe in God. I love Him, so I pray. I read my Bible. I meditate, which I didn't even know about meditation before all of that happened either, right? But those are the things that I do now to get myself grounded. I like to change my energy first because I think that's where it starts. And I think if you can change your energy and you start to think about things differently and you bring more positivity and more light into your body, you'll start to make these changes, right? You'll start
right,
to get hydrated, you'll start to eat better. But I think that first, you'll start to change your mindset, right? How you think,
right,
how you speak. So if you change your energy, I think that's the first step. And then when it comes to the physical, of course, the water is so important, but make little changes. I always tell people too that when I coach people, I ask them about how they operate. And I think it's really important. So, just to give like a small example, it's like if you know that you're a person who can do things cold turkey, where you can just give it up, let it go, and then move on. Yeah, that's me too. then move on. Then that's how you do it. But if you're a person who needs to progressively take little steps, then that's how you need to do it. You have to recognize who you are,
well,
how
yeah,
you operate, so that you can do it in a way that best serves you, best benefits you, and where you can get the best results. So that's another thing that I
absolutely.
focus
I
on.
so agree to that, and I really
Yeah,
want to highlight that because people have the tendency to see how other people do it and they
yeah,
think they need to do it that way, and
yeah.
then they set themselves up for failure because I'm not you, you're not me. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? I stopped cold turkey smoking cigarettes after 10 years of smoking. I just decided I'm done and I was done. People take years to do that. You know what I mean? And what's right for me doesn't mean that it will be right for anyone else. And then
Yeah,
having people comparing to what I try to compare myself to other people who do things. That I'm like, damn, how they do that? Well, they do it the way you do it. You
yeah,
just have to understand what it is that you want, right? What's the result? What's the outcome that we
absolutely.
want? And then create a process that works and align with who we are,
Yeah.
because that's the only way we'll be successful in it. When you say change your energy,
Hmm.
that's what you mean in meditation, prayer. Those things are the things that aid you in changing your energy.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Big time. And it's something that I do all day. Like I start that way in the morning. But I do things intentionally to change my energy. So I have a prayer list that sits by me. I stop during the day, which is in my phone. I tell myself to stop so that I can do like some praise and worship, or
Mm,
some meditation, whatever that is for that day. But I stop. It could be just playing, a song, that makes me happy. But I stop because I try to like check myself even throughout the day, to change my
beautiful.
energy because so many things happen, throughout the course of the day.
Absolutely. And we
Yeah,
get caught up in it too. So if we're not, and that's where mindfulness and mindset and all the things that we spoke about in the first season, and
yeah,
we're going to speak about in every season, because that's what this journey is about.
yeah,
That's where it comes along. Because if love the non-negotiable, yep, you have to. If you
yeah.
don't, thank you, Joanne. I appreciate you for that. If you don't have those non-negotiable, you're going to just let the day lead you instead
Hmm.
of you leading the day,
Hmm.
really. So I think that it's so important.
Yeah.
So as far as like nutrition, were there specific things that you really like change, stop, that you feel like made a difference for you? If you wanna share.
Yeah.
And
So,
also, I want to ask, while I'm asking that, how did
mhm,
it affect the people around you too? Because a lot of
mhm,
times it's very hard because the people, well, everybody eats still meat around me, or they still eat fried food, or they say it's so hard because, I'm jealous. I want this, I want that. So, how did it work for you? And how
yeah.
did it work for you with your surroundings, family members, and things like that?
Yeah, I'm very much like you. I'm a cold turkey person. So
Mm,
if I say that, okay, I'm not going to do it, then I'm not, then it's done, right? Once I
mm,
give it up, then it's done. So with my family, and I'm not the person who is pressured by what other people choose to do.
mm-hmm.
Gratefully, because I grew up in a family where we were raised, my family initially was raised in the South. So they cook with all of the heavy, butters and sugars and, fried
You
foods.
know,
And
I'm laughing because my first introduction to the South, I went to my ex-husband's family visit, and I loved it and I enjoyed it so much. And then they invited me to sit with her in the kitchen, and we're sitting in the kitchen, and she's frying corn, and I'm like, "You frying corn?" She's like, "Yeah." I'm like, "Is there anything you guys don't fry?" Was like mind boggling. Like, why would you fry corn? She's like,
yeah,
it's the best. I'm like, it's like, but so are you trying to make popcorn? She's like, no, no, I'm just frying the corn. You'll see, you'll taste it. I'm like, okay.
okay. Yeah, it's like,
Uh,
and funny story, right? I live in the South now. Originally from New Jersey, but live in the South now. But I just really decided that those were things that I just wasn't going to eat. So I stopped eating the fried foods. I stopped all processed foods, right?
mm,
Started drinking a lot more water, reduced the sugar intake. Of course, when you're learning about cancer, right, you know that
right.
sugar kind of caters to cancer cells. So reduce the sugar tremendously. So those are the things that I started to change. But my family couldn't really understand, like, why I was changing the way I was changing, even though they knew, okay, she had breast cancer, but they're like, well, why are you not eating these things? And I was trying to educate them about, like, well, these are the things that help cancer thrive and grow. So these are the things that I want, I need to remove. And my family still eats the same way for the most part. I just don't. And, I continue to speak up about what I know, but I can't make other people make changes, right? But I'm not influenced by the fact that they eat the way that they eat. It's, what we were used to, what we were raised on. And I just continue to try to speak about living healthy more than trying to be,
Force it.
like put so much pressure on them.
Right,
Yeah.
right. Do you cook for your son?
I do. I do. My son, though, my son is like so intentional too, especially because he's had his own wellness journey of late, where he's had
Mm,
some GI issues. So he
mm.
eats phenomenal, and he's a researcher also.
Oh,
So
nice.
yeah, so he understands the journey. Like, he knows my story. He was very little when I went through the breast cancer, but he understands. And now that he's gone through his own wellness journey, he's
Yeah.
changed even his own habits, a
Wow.
lot, a lot. Yeah, so
That's
it's been amazing.
amazing.
Yeah.
That's amazing. Yeah, because I stopped eating meat like years ago before cancer even.
Mhm.
Just it was more on a humanitarian vibe. And then everybody keeps asking me, how am I still cooking meat for my children, right?
Mhm.
And it's
Mhm.
like, yeah, I'm not going to force them. Not
Yeah.
I can educate them, just like you said. So I let them know. And sometimes I mess with them. I'm like, so do you want the dead pig today, or do you want you know?
Yeah.
I just keep saying like nasty stuff, so it might like switch something up or make them
Yeah.
look at it differently. Or like if they say they want a hot dog, I'm like, well, it has like feet of this and this,
Yeah.
and they're like, ew, but I still want it. Leave me alone. So like I can't force them, but I
Yeah.
will still like plant the seeds here and there. And I get it.
Absolutely.
I ate it for years. I love it. I still miss hot dogs,
Mhm.
in a bun with mustard. That was my thing. I will never eat it because I know what it is, but I
Yeah.
still miss it, the mind. And that's the tricky part too, because you have to reach a point where the mind really understands why you're doing what you're doing. Leverage is
Yeah.
great, like we said, something that forces us into it,
Mhm.
but the mind has to have an understanding of why we're doing what we're doing, so it will be easier for us, because if we don't get it, we will fall back into our habits in a
Yeah.
second. So
Yeah,
yeah, I
absolutely.
love it. Thank you for that. That's really important.
For sure.
So yeah, oh my God, our time is flying. So before I run into the outer beauty and talk a little bit more about that and hydration, first of all, I want everybody to know that if they, I just put your YouTube on, but if they want to check out your website, they can scan this QR code right next to you, and I'll take my stuff off the stage. So the Reset Global is Tracie's website. There's information there about her shows, about everything that she does. Um, I'm sure you can become a guest on the show if you would like to. All the information is there. If you have a good
Absolutely.
story, she's a great interviewer. Um, and yeah, so tell me kind of in a few words how, you'll send our guests into their road of wellness. You gave already great tips, change your energy, stop in the middle of the day, do something that makes it, break you. Basically, I always say break the habit of being yourself. That's
Yeah,
what will help you change because look, you redefined yourself. Like you
yeah,
said, you were corporate America, have no idea about meditation, wellness, none of it. And now you're like a wellness guru with a TV show about wellness. It's like we can become truly who we believe we want to be. And
yeah,
it all doesn't always have to be pushed on us from a hardship. But sometimes if we reach the point that we're like stuck in the hamster wheel, we will get pushed to it. So embrace the push. If you broke your leg, that's God telling you to stop for a second and calm
mhm,
down. You know what I mean? Slow down. There is a reason for it.
yeah,
Take advantage of that time. Take advantage of this, whatever pause you have. If you're, God forbid, in a hospital right now, take advantage of that time in the hospital bed to kind of read about things
yeah,
and understand things so it can help you in your road to wellness journey. Um,
yeah.
Anything that you want to leave our viewers with, I would appreciate that everything you say. I love tremendously, so I'm happy to hear more from you. Thank you
So
so
that
much.
there's definitely alignment here because when you were asking what I wanted to say, I really wanted to tell people, and it's kind of more of what you were speaking about, but I really wanted to tell people to stop and pay attention, right?
Mm,
Really pay attention to how they're feeling, what their body is telling them, because the body definitely leaves clues, right? It could be in the form of a headache, it could be, acne, it could be a little joint pain, or something is happening, right? If
right,
something is happening, the body's going to let you know before you get to a point where you have a diagnosis of something. So
right.
pay attention, really pay attention, take note of your body and who you are and how you operate, and then move from there. But I love too also that, Lulu, that you said, get educated, start to read more, start to listen to some credible vlogs, or
Sources, yeah.
yeah, yeah, or podcasts, or but start to get educated too if you really want to make some changes in your life. I know that you mentioned you had that list there, and you had herbs was one of
Mhm.
them. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, the things that I've learned about herbs and the herbs that I've started taking and the changes that have been happening for me is
that's
absolutely
beautiful.
amazing just from using God's resources, right? So,
Yes,
yeah.
yes. Check out episode 7. In the
Yeah.
first season, my
Okay.
sister is a clinical herbalist.
Hmm.
That's her right here. And she actually says, I signed to your channel, Tracie. Thank you for all the
Oh,
tips.
thank
You're
you.
amazing. Yeah. So, Hello Herbal Cosmetics is my sister's company. We actually gifted in the first season some of her products. She has a whole herbal
Wow.
cosmetic skincare. I'll
Oh,
talk to you
wow.
about that afterwards. If you want to, you can reach out to me. I have all her stuff here. I'm
Okay.
obsessed with her stuff. All my clients use her stuff. So it's clean, it's vegan, and it's all herbs.
Wow.
But she also gave like tips about what herbs is good to have at home. What do they do? It was a great show, just talking about stress relief and everything. So
I'm gonna go back and
uh,
watch it. Yeah.
yeah, Joanne said planting
Oh,
seeds, sharing wise wisdom experiences to help others. Yes,
yeah.
indeed. Thank you. That's what we try to do. I know you do that too, Joanne, with your kids and your family. You always share beautiful things and inspiration. I know you share the show too, so we appreciate you for that. Tracie, I love you so much. I appreciate you so
Mm,
much for
I
being
love you.
here. I appreciate you for your journey and, for really taking life in the head or whatever, like like the horns, I
The
guess
bull
that's
by
how
the
you say.
horns, right?
Yeah, pull the bull by. I'm not. I half of my analogies are like mixed and butchered because I just make up my own stuff. But listen, you understood what I wanted to say. That's the
That's
most
right.
important part. But no, but I appreciate you for that, for seeing life as a present and being grateful for it, and and living with God and living with gratitude, and just seeing it for what it can be, not just for what it is, and making the most out of it, and then sharing your experience with others. That's really all what we can ask for, is becoming, we're here to serve. This is what my show is about. I know that's what your show is about. It's
Yeah.
just serving others through our personal experience. So uh, that's really what it is. Ayelet says, don't forget to breathe. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Breathing helps the body and the soul and to calm down and get into a stable position.
Mhm.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for that, Ayelet. Very, very important. Breath
Absolutely.
is everything. Thanks, Tracie. Everybody
Thank
can find
you.
you still. I know you're still going to be with us backstage, so if I'll keep rolling up the comments if there be more comments. But many, many blessings, my sister. I
Thank you, my
appreciate you.
dear. Love you.
I love you too. Bye.
Bye.
Thank you for that. That was incredible. What a beautiful conversation. I want to show you guys something. Wait, I don't know what that is. Things are just popping on my screen. Um, I told you guys next week we're gonna have a whole thing about wellness where it's going to be in my kitchen too. So this is the little intro. Wait, let me pull it up and make sure I have it. This is the intro to how my kitchen segment is going to look like. Yay! I'm so excited. So, I don't want to just tell you to eat healthy or what. I'm going to literally show you how to do that. And it's going to be in my kitchen. It's not going to be like, fasting, like time elapsed. We're going to have a whole like a cooking show. It's going to be like 25 minutes, and you're going to see how in 25 minutes I made a full meal, plant-based, healthy. And again, it doesn't mean that you have to stop eating meat, right? This is just me sharing what I'm eating and how I'm making it, and it's going to be fun. But now I want to share our outer beauty part of this show in our road to wellness and talking about hydration. So here is our segment, Your Skin Cares. Okay. Okay. So let's start with this. Let me pull myself off. I need to put myself in a circle again. This is, I don't know, it's always funny to me. It's just funny to me. So, hydration. I'm going to go over a few ways to hydrate and, what's important. And then touch on one specific product ingredient, I guess would be more accurate to say, that you may have heard of, that you can use that actually will help you with hydration. Homegirl is about to be 47. Like I always say, I need my glasses. So there are different forms of hydration. It can come in serums, it can come in moisturizer, oils, and mists. Hydration for the eyes, eye cream. Please do not use your moisturizer as an eye cream. It's not meant for that. The skin around the eye is really, really thin. It's the thinnest, just like the lips. Same thing. It's the thinnest skin in the face. Do not use heavy moisturizer that are meant for thicker skin on your eye area. It's just going to weigh it down and probably going to create wrinkles that you're trying to avoid. Serums are your booster shot, if you may. When you go buy a smoothie, you get a little booster shot to add to your smoothie. That's really what a serum is. It's a smaller molecule, so it penetrates deeper into the skin. Serums can have their own benefit. Because we're speaking about hydration, you will get a hydrating serum to boost your hydration. Like I said before, hydration on the outer skin or no hydration on the outer skin can look like flaky skin, can look like dryness, skin conditions, uneven skin tone, all of these things. So when you want to create a better, more radiant, glowy skin, hydration, hydration, hydration. Moisturizers, they vary from light to heavy. They can be water based, they can be oil based. Um, the For oily skin, you want to use lighter consistency because when it's heavier, it's just going to feel uncomfortable. I can tell you that from personal experience. There's more, of course, why and how, but we're not going to get into all of that. This needs a whole hour on its own. But oily skin, use a lighter consistency. Dry skin, thicker and heavier consistency that will stay with you and create more moisture. If you have rosacea, I can tell you that one of the biggest reasons for rosacea is the inability of the skin to retain moisture. So, excuse me, the more you drink water and the more you help yourself with hydration from the inner and the outer, the better your rosacea will be. Sensitive skin has different needs depending on why your skin is sensitive. So you want to cater to that specific issue. You might need heavy cream, you might need a lighter cream. Mature skin can use either or. A lot of times, mature skin is getting drier with years. So you want to go into the dry, heavier, more thicker consistency. There is a daytime and nighttime creams, I'm sorry, depending on the ingredients that exfoliate the skin. You want to use them at nighttime so you don't expose the skin that is been exfoliated to the sun, and then you create more damage than actual good. And eye cream, like I said, you can do eye cream can be just for the under eye or for the full contour, which means it's the whole thing. A good ingredient to look for in eye cream is caffeine. It works great for depuffing and definitely for the dark circles. Oils and mists. One of my favorite thing to use. I'm oily combination, and I still use oil because oil balances oil. So if you ever heard or ever thought that because you're oily you shouldn't use oils, I'm telling you right now, scratch that. If you dry, a lot of people too don't use any hydration because they're oily. That's one of the biggest mistakes because when you don't use any form of hydration because you think you're too oily, that's when your mind start telling your body to use extra production of oils because it feels dry. So it makes you actually produce more oil, and that's why you constantly in that loop where you feel like you can't put anything because you're too oily and there's excessive oil and then you have to blot and then there's breakouts. Break out of that habit and start hydrating yourself, and you'll see how your skin becomes more balanced with the oil production. So for me, for example, nighttime in the winter when it's cold outside and it's hot in the house and it's like dry cold air, I use oils. I love oils. 3 to 5 drops, warm them up, dab them into the skin. It's a whole beautiful sensory experience too. The herbal cosmetics that I was talking about with my sister too, her serums are incredible just because of the sense of the herbs. So find something that is more on the natural side that has herbs, that has aromatherapy in it. You'll enjoy it so much better, right? If you can't afford a lot of expensive skincare, you can use almond oil, or I know a lot of people use castor oil for their brows and lashes. It actually helps with growth. So there's different oils that you can use for different things. But as far as hydration, when you cleanse the skin, if you're dry, cleanse with oils, even coconut oil. And at nighttime, you can introduce a few drops of oil. You can use it on its own, or you can use it after your moisturizer to lock in the moisture. A mist can be used throughout the day, after moisturizer, before moisturizer. Just mists are a great thing to add. I want to move you into hyaluronic acid, which is the one ingredient I'm going to talk about here in hydration. Let's read it and then talk about it. Also called HA, is a light, non-irritating acid that delivers moisture to the skin, helping to build a stronger skin barrier by infusing it with hydration that penetrates to deeper levels of the skin, helping it to retain and lock in the moisture. Great as a booster before your moisturizer or as an ingredient in your moisturizer. What's important to remember about hyaluronic acid is that it derives its moisture from the air. So if you're in an environment that is humid, great. Hyaluronic acid can help you tremendously. If you're in a dry climate, mm, you can use it, but you have to use moisturizer afterwards, because if not, it will start deriving the moisture from the lower and deeper level of moisture in your skin, and it will leave you actually more dry. And, just basically beats the purpose of what you're trying to do. So when you use hyaluronic acid, keep that in mind. But it is a great ingredient to have in your moisture or on its own. I have a hyaluronic acid serum. It can come liquid. It can come in a gel format. It can come. I haven't seen hyaluronic as oil, but a lot of serums comes as an oil. So just know and learn about hydration for the inner and the outer. Like I said, drink water. It will help balance the body. It will help, it helps with skin regeneration too. So that really helps with balancing everything. I want to hear from you guys again in the live chat. How you feel about hydration, if you use it, what's going on with you with your wellness journey. Don't forget to write me. And here, chat with Lulu-Lee at Gmail. Share with me anything you would like to talk about, anything that you would like to know and learn in this journey of wellness. Like I said, there's going to be cooking shows. We're going to speak about sleeping patterns. We're actually going to have a show about breathing too, that Ayel had mentioned it. We're going to have a show talking about stress, different forms of, you know, I guess, aspects into wellness and how we can benefit from all of them and what we need to know. Let me see what Halo said. Thank you, Lulu. I personally like grapeseed oil because of its consistency. Very light and great as a basic oil to use with essential oils. Perfect. Thank you for that recommendation. Never actually, I don't think I ever tried grapeseed oil, so I'll definitely look into that. Thank you so much. So yeah, if you know anybody that has a beautiful brand that they would want to, sponsor, showcase here, bringing to the show, here's a little quick on what they can do. Let them partner with Inspirational Beauty with Lulu-Lee. If you have a brand that you want to bring in and highlight, I'm happy to have you as a sponsor and showcase your product. Listen, there's so many different segments that we do. The segments about social media, that favorite things from social media. Even though I'm out of social media for the time being, I am on a detox. This is my road to wellness. I literally took a step out of social media. I was led to it. I felt the need to do so, and I just did. So I'm only on YouTube. So you guys, listen, I need you. Where is it? Where is it? Right here. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. If you're here from Facebook, please jump into YouTube and do so, or share it with a friend, or share it with anybody. Let them know I'm trying to grow this beautiful community of inspirational beauties. That's what we're called, inspirational beauties. Women, men, LGBTQ children, I don't care. We're all inspirational beauties. So come join the community. Subscribe to the channel. I hate saying that. I'm sure everybody hates hearing that, but it's like, think about it as like a donation to the show. If you find value in the show, if you find value in the work I do here and what I'm trying to create for you guys, come on, bring it. Tell people to be here with us. Let me see. Tal says hydration is the key, so much needed these days. Absolutely. And it's boiling. Like I've probably managed to create about a gallon of water from the sweat. I don't know. If you haven't been here before, then I'm reminding you, I can't turn on the fan or the air conditioner because they're too loud. So I'm boiling in here for 56 minutes with you guys every Wednesday morning. Winter couldn't come any faster. But we are coming up to an end. I did have another quote that I want to share with you guys, which is this one right here. The preservation of health is easier than the cure of the disease. Amen to that. So much easier to preserve our health than to cure a disease. So let's just take this road to wellness in the best way we can. Start doing all these little things, like we said. Do something fun, spend time in nature, breathe, create a morning ritual, like Tracie said. It's so important. You know, when you're doing something intentional, pray. I have my book of prayers. I create my own prayers. Meditate when you can. Just do things to start you. I can't wait to see you next week on our show that's going to have a whole lot of new vibes about food. It's going to be fun with me in the kitchen. Please share it with others. And, you know, if you have anything else to say, or I missed some of your comments, just email me. I would love to hear from you. If you want to be part of the show, if you're into wellness and you have a story that you want to share with me, please, I would love to have you on the show. So just chat with Lulu-Lee at gmail.com and we'll go from there. All right, my beautiful people. Again, I appreciate your time for being here. Joanne, let me see. Extraordinary. Oh, thank you so much. I appreciate you, beautiful. Thank you. I appreciate it. As always, it's always a pleasure. My guys, I don't know if you can see them. They're always here, my little Care Bears, reminding us to be kind and share love. And hi, guys. Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to poke your eye out. So, you know, be kind to one another. And as always, you come for the beauty, you stay for the breakthrough. And thank you for giving me the one commodity that you can never get back, which is time. I appreciate you for spending an hour with me this Wednesday. I'll see you soon. Many blessings. Later.
Show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, show me life, show me love, make a change, time is up. We can wait for better days, but the days won't come. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me life, show me love, this is all we got. Show me love, show me love.